Well, welcome back once again, one and all, to Junk Shop Library's Improv Bible Study, where we have set ourselves the task of working our way through the entirety of the King James Bible, chapter by chapter. We turn today to Genesis 42nd chapter. Let's see what happens. Now when Jacob saw that there was corn in Egypt, Jacob said unto his sons, Why do ye look upon one another? And he said, Behold, I have heard that there is corn in Egypt. Get you down thither, and buy for us from thence, that we may live, and not die. And Joseph's 10 brethren went down to buy corn in Egypt. But Benjamin, Joseph's brother, Jacob sent not with his brethren, for he said, Lest peradventure mischief befall him. And the sons of Israel came to buy corn among those that came, for the famine was in the land of Canaan. And Joseph was the governor over the land, and he it was that sold to all the people of the land. And Joseph's brethren came, and bowed down themselves before him with their faces to the earth. And Joseph saw his brethren, and he knew them, but made himself strange unto them, and spake roughly unto them. And he said unto them, Whence come ye? And they said, From the land of Canaan, to buy food. And Joseph knew his brethren, but they knew not him. And Joseph remembered the dreams of which he dreamed of them, and said unto them, Ye are spies, to see the nakedness of the land ye are come. And they said unto him, Nay, my lord, but to buy food are thy servants come. We are all one man's sons, we are true men, thy servants are no spies. And he said unto them, Nay, but to see the nakedness of the land ye are come. And they said, Thy servants are 12 brethren, the sons of one man in the land of Canaan. And behold, the youngest is this day with our father, and one is not. And Joseph said unto them, That is it that I spoke unto you, saying, Ye are spies. Hereby ye shall be proved. By the life of Pharaoh ye shall not go forth hence, except your youngest brother come hither. Send one of you, and let him fetch your brother, and ye shall be kept in prison, that your words may be proved, whether there be any truth in you. Or else, by the life of Pharaoh, surely ye are spies. And he put them all together into ward 3 days. And Joseph said unto them the 3rd day, This do, and live, for I fear God. If ye be true men, let one of your brethren be bound in the house of your prison. Go ye, carry corn for the famine of your houses. But bring your youngest brother unto me, so shall your words be verified, and ye shall not die. And they did so. And they said one to another, We are verily guilty concerning our brother, in that we saw the anguish of his soul when he besought us, and we would not hear. Therefore is this distress come upon us. And Reuben answered them, saying, Spake I not unto you, saying, Do not sin against the child, and ye would not hear? Therefore, behold, also his blood is required. And they knew not that Joseph understood them, for he spake unto them by an interpreter. And he turned himself about from them and wept, and returned to them again, and communed with them, and took from them Simeon, and bound him before their eyes. Then Joseph commanded to fill their sacks with corn, and to restore every man's money into his sack, and to give them provision for the way, and thus did he unto them. And they laded their asses with the corn, and departed thence. And as one of them opened his sack to give his ass provender in the inn, he espied his money, for behold, it was in his sack's mouth. And he said unto his brethren, My money is restored, and lo, it is even in my sack. And their heart failed them, and they were afraid, saying one to another, What is this that God hath done unto us? And they came unto Jacob their father, unto the land of Canaan, and told him all that befell unto them, saying, The man, who is the lord of the land, spake roughly to us, and took us for spies of the country. And we said unto him, We are true men, we are no spies. We be 12 brethren, sons of our father. One is not, and the youngest is this day with our father in the land of Canaan. And the man, the lord of the country, said unto us, Hereby shall I know that ye are true men. Leave one of your brethren here with me. Take food for the famine of your households, and be gone. And bring your youngest brother unto me. Then shall I know that ye are no spies, but that ye are true men. So will I deliver you your brother, and ye shall traffic in the land. And it came to pass, as they emptied their sacks, that, behold, every man's bundle of money was in his sack. And when both they and their father saw the bundles of money, they were afraid. And Jacob their father said unto them, Me have ye bereaved of my children. Joseph is not, and Simeon is not, and ye will take Benjamin away. All these things are against me. And Reuben spake unto his father, saying, Slay my 2 sons, if I bring him not to thee. Deliver him into my hand, and I will bring him to thee again. And he said, My son shall not go down with you, for his brother is dead, and he is left alone. If mischief befall him by the way the which ye go, then shall ye bring down my gray hairs with sorrow to the grave. And that's Genesis 42. And here I thought I was the only one who had such trouble recognizing people out of context. So the famine goes, and the famine goes, and famine consumes all the lands round about, and people start getting word that there's plenty of food for sale in Egypt under this new governor who reads dreams and has figured out a way to provide for the entire surrounding countryside by virtue of what he taxed during the 7 years of plenty over the course of 7 years of famine. And eventually word makes it all the way up to Canaan. And Daddy Jacob says, I hear there's food down in Egypt. You all go down, all 10 of you, and bring back as much as you can buy, as much as you can carry. Little Benjamin's going to stay here. He's one of the 2 sons of my favorite wife, and I lost the elder son given to me by my favorite wife, and I'm starting to blame you guys for it. So they take money and beasts of burden. They go down and they're ushered in to meet the governor, who they don't recognize at all. And Governor Joseph recognizes them even after 12 years, but he's out of context for them and speaking Egyptian to them through an interpreter, and so they don't recognize him. He says, You're spies! You're here to survey the land and take back word to your whereverite masters all of our weaknesses. They say, We're not spies, we're here to buy food. Look at our big empty grain sacks and our money. He says, You're spies. They say, We're not, we're brothers. He says, You could still be spies. They say, We're not spies. He says, You're going to jail. And locks them up for 3 days. After 3 days, he comes to him and says, One of y'all's going to stay here, and you're going to go get this youngest brother that you told me you have, and if you can't bear out that part of the story, or if you just don't show back up, then I'm going to kill eeny, meeny, miny, this one. Simeon? Simeon, yes. And he locks Simeon up and sends the rest of them on their way and arranges for the money they brought to pay for the grain to be stuffed back into their belongings, into their grain sacks, without them noticing, any of the 10 of them. And while they're standing there debating and discussing, Reuben, I told you so. I told y'all, leave Joseph alone. The others have got to be saying, I swear every time somebody stubs his toe, it's I told you so. I told you to leave Joseph alone, but no, you wouldn't listen to Big Brother Reuben, and now look, you done stubbed your toe. You done broke your bookshelf. Your camels done got sick. Your lambs aren't bearing. You're getting gray hair in your beard. You got a scorpion in your sandal. You got every time. It's, oh, you should have listened to me. Big Brother knows best and will hold it over you for decades to come if you don't listen. I know a little something about this. So anyway, leaving Simeon behind, having no choice, they schlep all the grain back towards home, and one night as they're stopping, one of them looks in his bag to just reassure himself that the grain is indeed there, and he finds his money pouch and it's still full. All the money's in there. He goes, oh, this does not look good. This does not look good. And he doesn't tell any of the rest of them because he doesn't want them freaking out, I guess. They get back home. They repeat the entire story to Daddy Israel. Daddy Israel says, Benjamin ain't going nowhere. Son of my favorite wife, one of them's already gone. While he was looking for y'all out in the fields, never did get a satisfactory answer to how he managed to get completely eaten alive by something that left his robe behind. Big Reuben's been saying I told you so ever since. I ain't got no evidence, but I got suspicions. All of which is to say, little Benji ain't going nowhere, especially not all the way down to Egypt, where y'all managed to hack off the governor so bad he locked one of y'all up. All of us for 3 days. One of them's still down there. And if anything should happen to Benjamin, I will just absolutely die. I do love the throwaway line about the interpreter. They get all the way through this, Reuben's told you so speech. And they knew not that Joseph understood them, for he spake unto them by an interpreter. Just one more layer of this this angry governor charade that Joseph's putting over on him, just either for spite or because when he started hearing there were Canaanites starting to come down for food, he knew his daddy's people would send somebody eventually, and he was hoping to see little Benjamin again. Not really a lot to unpack here. Some comedic potential, but not really a lot to unpack. So I'm going to wrap this one here. We'll be back soon with chapter 43 of Genesis. Make sure you're hitting those thumbs up buttons as we go. Please and thank you. And if you're enjoying these and not subscribed already, you know by now, poke the Pope to join the team. And the rest of Genesis up to this point should be linked in the playlist right over here. We'll see y'all again soon. Everybody take care. Be safe.